Welcome back to the channel. This is the video I have dreaded making. This is my tool room, and it's not as cluttered as maybe some other people's tool rooms, but it is going to be incredibly intense. So before we even get started, a couple of things that I had to do up front, or still need to do, I guess, is if you remember back when I showed you this room the first time after decluttering closet number 2, I had a treadmill over against the wall, and I did make the decision to get rid of that treadmill. So it's gone. I still have to replace the light up here, which I'm going to do off camera. And I'm going to take all of these boxes and everything else out of the room off camera. And then we will start out in the living room going through the boxes. And I'm going to start with this one because this has all of the brackets I have for the pegboard. And that will help me sort of get that out of the way up front. And then we will slowly work through all of the boxes to decide what I need to keep, what I need to get rid of, how I need to store it, and what I'm going to do with all of this space. So, let's get started. So, we've got it all cleaned out, all swept up, all the dead bugs are gone. It's time to move outside and start going through the stuff. So here's what we have. We have this particular thing out here I'm going to start with, but then we've got all of these boxes of tools, probably half of which are of no use to me anymore. Got a few other things laying around over here. I also have 2 empty boxes here that were just sitting back there. I will check and see if my daughters need those before I get rid of them. And then over here by the door, I have started the trash pile. Okay, so I apologize, this light's in my way, but that's just the way it is. I have put a sheet down over my kitchen table just to keep it from getting scratched up. And I'm just going to start emptying this out to see what's in here. Okay, that's everything that was in this box. I've already taken all of the hooks for the pegboard back into the other room. What I'm going to do is I am going to put the things I'm going to keep back in this box so I can transport it in there. And then everything else, I have learned a valuable lesson. So I don't know if I'm going to take it to Goodwill, or if I'm going to take it to Habitat for Humanity, or if I'm going to take it to a dumpster. All I know is I'm not keeping it. So there are 2 piles today, the pile I'm keeping and the pile I'm not keeping. So let's look through a few things. So there are old auger bits that go with, I believe, this old tool here to do hand drilling. I will not be keeping this. It is sort of an antique, and I'm sure it can be used by somebody. It's just not going to be used by me. And then I also have several things in here that I have been wondering what happened to them, because they are all photography related. And they have been, including my old Rode wireless microphone. So I'm going to put that in here so I can separate that out later. And then a few other things here, like there is a hacksaw here and some wrenches that I will definitely keep. Also, a long tape measure I will keep. Some clamps that I will also keep. And then I've got, like some wire clippers, and they're in pretty bad shape, but they still work. So I'm going to hang on to those. Another wrench I will definitely hang on to. I have too many hammers. I'm not going to keep that. Another screwdriver. This is a scraper, but it's nasty. Some old paint brushes I don't need. A little tiny saw. I don't know what I would use it for, but I'm not going to get rid of anything that might be useful. That's a ratchet screwdriver. Oh, yeah. This is a broken paper towel rack. I don't know why I kept it. A couple of crowbars to pull nails. Another paintbrush. A nice file. An Allen wrench. I'm always looking for Allen wrenches. This is the stuff that out of that first box will go away. So let's get ready for the second box. I knew that first box was going to be the worst of it because it had so many little tiny pieces in it. The rest of these are like half full of things, and we'll kind of get through them pretty quickly. So I'm just going to lay out again what's in the boxes. Okay, so this is mostly what's in this box, and a lot of this has to do with when I was doing construction on my old house and rearranging walls and doing more sheetrock, and so I've got like sheetrock tape that is just demolished. I won't be keeping that. However, this miter saw I will definitely need. And then I have a lot of things like electrical outlet kind of pieces that I no longer need, so I'm going to set those aside to do something with those. More screws, I got a place for those. Something else for the shelving, some more electrical stuff. A piece of a vacuum cleaner. Actually, this is a piece, I think, of a carpet shampooer that we no longer have. I have some sets of these I'll hang on to, and an extra power cord because I'm always needing that. And then another nice little, this is a spark plug wrench because it gets into all the places you can't get to. Definitely hang on to that. And I have a very nice Black & Decker sander that I used once. And I may see if, I have a son-in-law that does a lot of woodworking. I may see if he wants that. So I will hang on to that. So once again, I'm going to move this back into the room so that I know that it's something I'm going to put away. Whoops. I am going to hang on to this axe. These things I will box up to set aside to figure out what to do with later. And we'll go on to box number 3. So I had a little cardboard box I went ahead and emptied. And then I have this box. It has some really interesting stuff in it, but it's only full about this deep. Like I said, not a whole lot of stuff. So let me just quickly tell you, I found a few more things for the pegboard. I did find an Allen wrench set that I've been looking for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years now. So definitely keeping that. Let's put that in here. This is actually a little bit of trash. Another nice file that I will hang on to. And another coping saw that I might need. A doorknob from a reconstruction site about 10 or 15 years ago. And again, I've already found 3 or 4 of these, but I'm not tossing them just yet. Because if I keep any of them, I will keep the best ones. Obviously, some funnels that I could always use, some picture hanging wire and clamps. And in the cardboard box, there is a ton of pictures. And I'm going to go through these pictures to see if I can salvage any of them by scanning them and keeping them. I think some of these may be from our time in Scotland and England, and they have been stored really, really poorly, but I'm going to hang on to those. Let's move on to the next box. Okay, again, I have a box here, not a lot of stuff in it, but these boxes were in my house over in Cleveland, and I kept it in boxes because I had no large storage space. So I tried to store particular kinds of tools together where I could get to them more easily, And of course, this is a candle stand that used to sit on this table. Don't need that anymore. So let's pull these out and see what's in here. Well, this is embarrassing because this box has camera stuff in it that I totally forgot I even owned. This is the problem of having too much stuff and never cleaning out a closet, is that you don't really know what you have or don't have. And so I've got some claws here that I use as backdrops, and they're nasty, filthy now. So that's going to go, actually, this is the box I'm keeping. So this is going to go away. And there are the candles that was on this candle stand, so they're going to go away. And then I have the box for a variable ND filter, a Peter McKinnon variable ND filter that I still have. I didn't realize I had the box. This ND filter, I think, cost me about $250, so I need to be able to store that. I have some more clamps I didn't know I had, but here's the sad part. This is a Sigma 17 to 50. I'm sure this fits an EFS Canon fit with, I have an adapter that this would actually work on my camera. I have a 60 millimeter macro that I forgot I had. In fact, I may have bought another one of these and then sold it because I forgot I had this one. Can you see how sad this is? I mean, it's just sad. And then I have a Canon 50 millimeter. This is the old EFS 50 millimeter. I won't need this anymore. These are the real cheap lenses. They're like $100, $150. And then I replaced this lens. This is the original EFS 18 to 135 kit lens that came with my Canon D70, 70D. I loved this lens. I absolutely loved it. So I need to clean this up because I may want to keep it. I have another L mount for my camera. Absolutely love those. I've already gotten rid of the filters for that. Don't need that. All of that. So all of this I can get rid of. This is camera equipment I need to go back through a little bit later because it's really dirty now and I got to figure out how to clean it up. Let's move on to the next box. So this is half of a portable toolbox that I have used on and off. And right now it's a catch-all. And so my goal, the boxes that I've taken back in there with all the stuff in them, my goal is to empty all of those in that room and have those boxes available to be rid of, including this. So I'm just going to empty this out real quick so you can see what's here. Okay, and again, as you can see, there's not a whole lot here, but more of these, only now I have a really big one. And by the same token, another one of these, but this one's not all rusted out. So I have to make a decision about which one I want to keep there. 2 ratchets, both the same size. I have 2 others, so I'll be going through some of those as well. More screwdriver, some gloves I won't need, this little brush I don't need, these little tiny saws I don't need, more wrenches, more screwdrivers. Now, if you'll notice, all of these are flat-headed screwdrivers. I don't know what's happened to all of my Phillips head screwdrivers, but I'm sure that I will have to buy another one. Little tiny ball peen hammer, don't need. An air gauge for my tires, a drill bit. I'm going to hang on to this, although I don't know that I ever need it again. So I have more stuff here to go through about giving away or trashing, and I have 1 or 2 more little areas to look at. So let's go through those real quick. All right, so I have the last of this toolbox. And again, we're just going to pull out some things here to look through. And again, not a whole lot, but here's the thing. I have these things set aside to hold tools, but I don't know what's in them, and I can never find them. Okay, so chalk tape. I haven't used a chalk line in I don't know when, but I still have chalk tape. Here is another clamp. You can never have too many clamps. And then I have a block of wood. You tell me. Some more screws, another big chisel that has come in handy before, another tire air gauge, more wrenches, chisel, paintbrush, more Allen wrenches I couldn't find, another Allen wrench I couldn't find, another nail puller. Do you see what I'm talking about? I've got so many duplicates of things because I've never been able to figure out where anything is, and I just go buy another one. I know I'm the only one that does that, right? Another flat-headed screwdriver. I will keep the WD-40. And this is probably something that belonged to my stepdad. And it looks like it might have been an old-timey kind of tool case, but it might have been a milk carton carrier. I don't know. But I don't need any of these things here. So I have one more little thing to look at, and we will be done for this part. You tired yet? Okay. So I have a few more things like a power saw over here, some pieces of plywood I'm going to hang on to, a snow shovel. I don't remember the last time we used that. This is the last of the stuff I need to look at, other than the fact I will come over here to this drawer because this has been a catch-all for tools as well. And so I will look through there and find out what I need to get rid of. Now, I have here, I'm pretty sure this is my DeWalt Sawzall. I think that's what this is. If I can get this unhooked. Yes. Now, I don't need this any longer, but I will check to see if any of my son-in-laws might like to have it for work that they do, and if not, this will definitely be donated because it does work. I just don't need it. I used it again when I was remodeling the house in Cleveland. And then I have, I think that's open. Yep. I have the space for my drill that, of course, never gets put away. And so I will work on finding a way to put that back where it belongs. And then this is the home repair toolkit. And I think this belonged to one of my daughters, but maybe not. But I will take the wrenches and things that I find. It's got a socket set. It's got open-end wrenches. I will take the things that I have an excess of and replenish this box to fill it up so that I have a set of tools that I can grab at any time and move. And then this is the piece that all men have. This is all the extra nails that I have, extra screws that I have. You know, I keep all that stuff in here. I could probably get rid of some of it, but I will go through that later because this is, just in case I need something, I have a nice case for it here. Let's go look and see what we have in the tool room now. So I will start the process of putting all of these up on the pegboard. So I will probably have to go buy some more. And then the only thing that I have to go through is this little bit right here. Out of everything that was in the room, this is all that I have left. So I will work on a little bit of this. We'll come back and video part of that work before we get done, but it may take place on another day besides today, especially once I figure out the other things I need to go to Lowe's to get. So we may finish this tomorrow. Well, I have everything moved around. I've got boxes sort of laid out in front of me where I can kind of see a little bit better what's in them. I've already put a few things on the wall here to kind of get an idea where they might go. I've got all of my stuff laid out here, put the rest of it on. I'm not going to walk you through step by step all of the decisions that I make here, but I will kind of do like a time lapse of what's going to happen, and then we'll come back when we're done. This could take a while. All right, so you kind of get an idea. I'm not done yet. I'm just going to take a little while. I've got a little tweaking to do. I've got all these wrenches I've got to go through and organize by size, get rid of duplicates. I do have too many pairs of pliers. I've got way too many screwdrivers here, and I've got some more down here to get through. And I've also got some socket sets to work on. But all those kinds of things will sort of morph over time. But everything that I had to put in here is now here. And all of the boxes, all of the cases, everything else will be gone. Now, before I go, I will tell you one other thing. So this is looking back the other way from the table and all the pegboard. And this area right here is the backside of the closet in my photography studio. Now, I have mounted on the wall on the other side a place to hang my iMac monitor so that it gets up off the table, but I have no power there. So I'm going to wind up putting a hole in the wall, bringing the power through here, and putting in a cable all the way over to the outlet over there so that I can plug in that monitor and be able to work on that wirelessly with my mouse and keyboard, basically from anywhere in the room. And that's next. We'll talk about that on another video. I hope y'all have enjoyed the declutter or reorganizing, at least as far as I got for this closet. And now I can breathe a big sigh of relief. We'll see you next time.